How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is great to see you all. So today I'm going to be talking about non-traditional bank cards, and as you can see I am a subscriber to a few of them, and the reason being is I'm a bit of a sucker for technology, and I like to try stuff out and test it, and kind of, if I like it I keep it, if I get rid of it, like if I like it I keep it, if I don't like it I get rid of it, a bit like apps on my mobile phone. So it all started for me with Monzo. So I got myself a Monzo card couple of years ago now, just because I got so fed up with traditional banks. I made a few YouTube videos on them, and I know a fair bit about them because, you know, I use it as my main bank account. I've answered a lot of questions, like I've done a lot of research, so I know a fair bit about Monzo. I really like what they're about as a company, and for me the biggest thing for Monzo, and the reason I still am with them, is transparency. Like, they give you total transparency over your money, and that's something I felt traditional banks were not giving me, and that's why I walked away from them. And ever since I've started using Monzo, I've become better and better at managing money because it's so transparent, and I don't feel like I can't get access to my money, or I can't change stuff with my money. I now have total control over it and total transparency, which is great, and I'm not getting, you know, shafted for things that are unnecessary like traditional banks would previously do. So yeah, so that was the reason I started using Monzo, fell in love with it, and it is now my main bank account, my main personal bank account, and I can't fault it. I think it's an amazing bank account. I do think if you do have a traditional bank and you are maybe going traveling, it's well worth just trying Monzo, just to get a feel for it, to see if you do or don't like it. And I think that may end up persuading you long term to maybe move away from a traditional bank, because that's what happened for me. Like, I tried it out, I fell in love with it, and I'm like, I couldn't live without. And because of that, I then encouraged my missus to get a joint account with me. So me and my partner, we now have a joint Monzo account. So I have a personal account, which is a Monzo Plus, and it has some additional benefits that I pay for, and I have a joint account with my partner, and we share our money in that space. So basically we both have two cards, it's one account, we both put money into it, and it helps us manage all of our finances extremely well. And because it's totally transparent, we also have saving pots. So we're due to get married, and we generally have saving pots as well. So we have pots for general saving, and then we have our marriage pot. So like, we're putting money into that pot so we can save up the money to afford, you know, to get married. And it's very transparent, and you know, everything is in front of you, and it's just a beautiful space to save inside. So that's why we have the joint account, and me and Robin both use it as kind of our main one. Robin still has a traditional bank account, and she gets her money, her salary paid into her bank account, and then she transfers it into the Monzo, or a portion of it into the Monzo, and then we have a shared money space. Monzo is still sort of like my go-to. I think they're phenomenal, and I can't fault them, so I'd highly recommend giving them a try. Then from there I ended up getting a Curve card. Now, you may have heard of Curve card. It's an interesting card because it kind of isn't a bank, it isn't a card, like you know, you can't, it's really weird to explain. It is a bank, but it isn't a bank. Like, the way it works is all of your cards, so every single card I have sits underneath this card, and I can use this card to use all of those cards. So I've got 4 cards here, you know, I can use any one of those 4 cards just by using this card here. And then what that does in turn is, by spending in specific places, I earn points for using this card to activate those other cards. Those points accrue, and you build up, you know, money. You build up points that are transferable to money. So there is a reason to use this, especially if you do have a bank account. You can use this to build up free money. Basically, you earn these points that you can then go and spend as legitimate money, or you just keep on you know, building them, which is amazing. Over time I've built up money on this that I can use as and when, just by using my other cards. So technically I'm still taking the money from these accounts, but this card here is the one that's processing them, and I earn points against it. What also is great is, if I use a card that I didn't mean to, they have a feature called rollback time, and that allows me to take the transaction off of the card I originally used and put it on another card, which is a great feature. I haven't used it that much because of the UI is so good in terms of the Curve card app. It's really difficult to get it wrong unless you haven't really sort of kept a track on what card you are using. But that's why I would use Curve, and Curve plays a part in my wallet. So Monzo is my main bank. Curve is kind of the card I use it for because I know I'm going to earn points. Then from there, there's the PayPal card. So this came out recently. Because I have a PayPal account, I thought to myself, I would give it a go. So it's a PayPal business debit account. So you have to have a PayPal business account to get this card. And it just basically means if I take payments through PayPal for my business, they basically go into that account and I can spend directly on this card. So it's effectively a business card for your PayPal account. There's no credit facility or anything like that. You're just using money that you've already earned through PayPal. If you don't have enough money in your PayPal account, what you can do is set as a default is to use one of your other cards. So for instance, if I didn't have any money in PayPal, but one of my other cards was assigned, if I spent on this, it would actually come off the other card. So really and truly, like ideally you want money in your PayPal account to use this one, and it's a way to keep costs separate from your personal banking. So if you do run a business, you have an eBay shop, or you're doing something sort of a side hustle, this is a great option for keeping that side hustle separate so that it's easier to manage those levels of finance. That kind of covers Curve, it covers Monzo, and it covers PayPal. Then recently I've opened up a Starling bank account. So Starling is a business bank account, and basically it's closer to Monzo than PayPal and Curve. So it is technically a bank account. It also has IBAN numbers because I do take international payments, and it is a cloud-based or sort of technology-driven bank for businesses. So you have to have a valid business. You have to be a registered business, either a sole proprietor or limited company, to be able to open one of these accounts. And what it does again is it just allows me to keep my finances separate from my other bank accounts. So for instance, whatever money I earn from my business, it doesn't go into my Monzo. And there's a real important element to that, because lots of people have got in contact with me saying that they've had their bank accounts closed, their Monzo ones. That's because Monzo is not a commercial bank. It's a personal bank account, okay? You cannot run a business for it. And if you do run a business for it, you breach their terms and conditions and you'll end up having the account closed. So if you think you can open up a bank account and slowly squirrel cash away through Monzo, like eventually you'll probably get found out and you'll lose the bank account. So you have to have a business account, and that's where Starling comes into it. And so far, I've been really impressed with it. Like it's very similar to Monzo, and I love Monzo. So for me, it's a win-win straight away, and it helps me keep my business finance separate. What I can do as well is, this is obviously, I use QuickBooks as an invoicing and finance platform. So then you can obviously align that with those and just make sure all of your money is managed correctly. So between all of those cards, it may seem like I have a lot and it seems a bit unnecessary. Like, why would you not just have one card is probably what you're asking, because this is kind of, if I show you now, whilst trying to keep all of my numbers hidden, because I did that last time on my video, and thanks to everyone that let me know. So yeah, I kind of have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and you're like, it's unnecessary to have 5 cards. Those 5 cards all do something different. So 2 of them are personal accounts, and they're Monzo, so a joint one and a personal one. PayPal is because I've got PayPal, it just wanted to give it a go. Curve is kind of like, it's a bonus card system. It's allowing me to earn money through spending on the cards I would normally. So I'm going to use all these cards on a day-to-day basis, guaranteed. Why not put them through Curve Card and earn points and maximize what you can potentially generate? So it's just another way of making money, isn't it? Effectively, free money. And you build those points up. Now, those points I can't transfer to other bank accounts, but I can spend them, which is pretty cool. That is kind of one of the caveats of this bank account. I can't earn hundreds of pounds and then just start transferring it to other accounts. I have to spend them on my Curve card. And that's just one of the, it's not a limitation, it's just part of the design of the card. And that's fine by me, because the way I see this is a pocket money card. I'm gonna use all those other cards naturally. From this one here, I earn bonus points, and then we can go out and spend it on nice stuff. And then obviously Starling is for running a business. So that's kind of my overview of all of those cards and how they all interact with each other. If you've got any questions on any of them, please do pop it in the comments. I'm happy to answer. Also as well, there's a couple of links. So there's a couple of affiliate links, which basically, if you join Monzo, you'll earn £5, I'll earn £5. If you sign up to Curve Card, likewise, you'll earn £5 and I'll earn £5. So it's a great way to get you started using these cards. So I'll pop those links down below. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it answered some of your questions around these new modern cloud-based banks. And hopefully, yeah, you can take something away and make a decision over if you do or don't need any of these cards. Until next time, guys, I will see you all soon. Take care.